Pokemon Crystal. Now this is the first Nuzlocke that I've ever done. I don't know if I plan on doing another one after this. This is the game that started it all for me. From the moments of clarity, childhood nostalgia, to adulthood pain, you want to make a game harder. So, even though Crystal, I believe, is the easiest Pokemon game ever to be... What? Ever to be? Pokemon Crystal is the easiest Pokemon game, in my opinion, with people around Gym 8 with level 24 Pokemon, the Elite Four being in the 40s. Now in this run, I didn't go to Kanto. Pretty much, I'm just gonna go through the rules. Here's the rules. 1. You must catch the first Pokemon in every route. 2. If a Pokemon dies, I can't use it again. That's pretty much the rules. What more is there to that? That's just the Nuzlocke experience. The only thing I'm allowing in this is there's no level cap. I'm allowed to use items, and yeah, that's about it. What a fucking intro this was. After waking up and choosing violence, I decided to kiss my mom on the cheek and make my way to the professor's. Guess my man Elm, he had 3 Pokemon there for me to choose. I decided to go with the lovely old chap right here. I'm gonna call him Jawzy. He's a rapper, I don't care. And then I made my way to some house to go get a mystery egg. And then on the way back, I ran into some shady character. He was no issue, had no problem with him. Ended up coming back, reporting the guy to Professor Elm. Oh my god, what's my rival's name? Oh my god. I need a good rival name. I'm gonna call him Zigzag because I'm the squiggliest one around. Snitches get stitches, but like I'm gonna get any stitches in this game. It's a Nuzlocke, come on. I decided to make my way to the route where I got my first team member here. Who was my first team member anyway? It's a fucking Rattata. I'm not complaining. This right here was a Pokemon to keep around. It was an amazing first encounter. Now Xanadu, just something about him just screams love, laughter. Just something you can hold, something you can hug. You know what I mean? Xanadu. After we met Xanadu, we went to the next route. Cannot remember the name of the route, doesn't matter. To meet our new Pokemon. I need a name I can genuinely look back on and think about, who I can trust and adapt to as an individual, who I can relate to as a whole. Young Flaps. That's right, Young Flaps. Afterwards, decided to train him up, give a little training arc. Oh no, am I losing Xanadu? And then just made our way through and realized, hey, there's a cave right there. Went into the dark cave, met one of the craziest individuals possible. Yeah. And then during it, I realized I think I have a pretty solid team. I have a pretty solid team coming up here. So, went on another training arc. Had to get Mel Gibson up to par. He had passion for the Christ and, he really showed passion in the team. I can catch it. God damn it. I guess you're going to be Xanadu too. I'm starting to feel like a Team Rocket trainer at this point. So we destroyed the Bellsprout Tower, and we made our way to the first gym. Now, I overleveled, obviously. But this dude really showed me I overleveled. And then after that, I get harassed by a guy in the next route. He tells me I can't pass without talking to the scientist with glasses in the Pokemon Center. You ain't supposed to be around here until I see an egg. So then I come back, I show him my verification that I got a fucking egg and shoved it in his face, and I'm just like, yeah, but you can't eat this shit. At least that's what I was thinking. Made our way through the route, where we caught our next Pokemon. It's a fucking Pidgey, fuck yeah. I've never been so excited to get a Pidgey in my life. Made it to the Union Cave, and that's when I realized this run was going to be harder than I expected. Just don't crit it. No! No fucking way! But hey, we're out of there now. So Azalea Town, here we come. All right, give it to me. Fucking Rattata. All right, this is Xanadu 3. Made it to Azalea Town. Did a little bit more training. Talked to Kurt. He wanted to show me his balls. I didn't really think much of it. Then we ran to Slowpoke Cave. Found our next team member. Yeah! That's right, our dopey little buddy here. Bud Light. I know. Can't spell that one. Made our way through. Destroyed that. Was that afterwards? Did I go to... I should have probably looked back the footage before I started just like improvising. Okay, yeah, I just kind of went through some of the footage. So yeah, what ended up happening was I ran into Alex. I ran to the forest, okay? And I found a beautiful, beautiful team member. All right, Alex4, it's a fucking Kakuna, so that's actually cool. Holy fuck! He became one of my favorites. We trained him. And that was when we went to my man Bugsy. Now, hear me out. I was really worried about Bugsy. I mean, he doesn't have, like, the greatest Pokemon, but the only one I was genuinely worried about was that Scyther. But it turns out he wasn't shit. Turns out he was Bugsy. He was just bugging, dude. Like, what do you want me to say? Like... It was Bugsy. Bugsy ain't shit, dude. Just that Scyther. Very well, so after Bugsy's mishap of embarrassment that I gave him, we walked right out, healed up, got to just look at the team a little bit, and realized I forgot about the rival fight. Was kind of worried about him. At first he was using like, he sent out a Ghastly, and I was like, shit, I don't really have any moves for Ghastly. At least I didn't think so. I mean, to be honest, I was like super tired. But then, you know, the rival fight and just went through to his thing. But he wasn't shit. And yeah, that was pretty much the training arc. That was the end of like the first training arc.
So this is what happened. Young Flaps finally evolved.
Young Flaps, you've made it to an adult. You're a fucking adult now. You can legally drink.
He became old enough to drink. We took a few shots. We shared a laugh. Had a good romance without the romance. We just bonded over some small things. So we went to the charcoal kiln. We had to finesse this fucking bird. So the bird got finessed. It was pretty easy to finesse, I'm not gonna lie. And then the charcoal kiln rewarded us for getting his bird back. He gave us cut, right? But that's when I made a revelation.
You're telling me Xanadu can't learn cut? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, Xanadu cannot learn cut as a Rattata. So I just gave up and gave it to Big Dick B. I mean, Big Dick B didn't have great moves to begin with, so it was whatever. So with all that happening, we made it through Elix Forest, which is when we met our next team member.
Who is it? What do I got? I got another fucking Rattata! Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me right now? No, Xanadu the 4th.
Xanadu the 4th.
This is Xanadu the 4th. Oh my fucking god, dude. What the fuck do you mean?
Yeah, I know. How come every fucking route I went in, just about, I keep getting Rattatas, you know? But during that, we had a pretty cool thing happen. Mel Gibson finally hit his middle crazy stage, which I think was pretty solid. He was pretty solid. And during our training arc, I was mainly worried about the next fight because it's Whitney. She's a Nuzlocke ender. Whitney is just not an easy Pokemon trainer to fight. Not an easy gym leader, I'm sorry. Can't put that shame on Whitney. And then, after hatching the plan, actually I'm just gonna let my in-game self talk about it.
But I think I have a plan for Whitney. I don't know if she sends out the Miltank first, but my plan is use Curse and then Super Potion the shit out of... what's his name? Bud Light.
I hatched the plan. It was a pretty solid plan, I think. It had Curse. I mean, what could go wrong?
Yeah, might also be a problem. No, oh my god, I almost lost Bud Light. Holy shit, that would have been my whole plan, just down the drain.
I almost lost him. Yeah, I almost lost him. Yeah. Cannot believe I almost lost him.
What? I'm just staring at her. She's staring at me with those fucking pixelated eyes.
So the Whitney fight actually went very well. I actually got really lucky, and she sent out a Clefairy, okay? So the Clefairy, it just took it like a champ. Then the Miltank came out, and the Miltank, well, you know, it of course started its bullshit rollout, and I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. But then Bud Light became a hero. He became a fucking hero. Got a critical hit on that thing? Come on. How could you not love the fact that even though you have max HP, gave everyone, it just gave that Miltank the shot of its life. Created that bitch. And we met some Pokemon, like pretty much immediately after Whitney, we met some Pokemon. So I'm just gonna, here's what happened.
Give it to me. It's a fucking Pidgey. It's a fucking Pidgey.
At least it's not a Rattata.
At least it's not a Rattata. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's about to kill Xanadu. Holy shit. Okay. Alright. I'll fucking take that. I'm fucking taking that. Oh! Oh! Oh my god. No! He ran away! He fucking used Roar!
I think what I'm more pissed about is that I could have had a Growlithe, but the Growlithe just used Roar on me and I left, and you know how it is. You don't want to lose a pretty solid Pokemon. I was genuinely like really fucking pissed about it. But I kept pursuing my endeavors. My endeavors were pursuing. I was thinking, you know, I could save my encounter in Etritique to get the Suicune, but I decided fuck it. And I went ahead and went to the Burn Tower, which we had a rival fight. And you know, I'm just gonna show you my next few team members.
Okay, who am I? Oh!
You just get a coffee?
Hell yeah! I'm getting a motherfucking Magnemite. Okay. Alright. I fuck with that. Okay, Magnemite's still alive. Okay. He fled! Okay.
Yeah, seriously, a Magnemite fucking fleds? Come on, dude.
Is there nothing on these trees? Oh my god, just let me fucking just get something from like a tree, dude. Oh! Oh!
I was really happy about getting Pomelo though. I think Pomelo is actually a pretty solid choice for this team. I mean, Apom is pretty cool. Not gonna lie. But you know, we've had some pretty cool encounters. We had some evolutions happening. Jawzy is old enough to fuck Beyonce. But then the biggest revelation of all came along.
Now he really looks like Mel Gibson. Hold on, let me pull up a picture of Mel Gibson real quick. Yeah, they look pretty, honestly, yeah, he does look like Crobat. No.
You know, now that I look at Crobat, his mouth kind of looks like a mustache.
Yeah, dude, like I cannot believe Gen 2 Crobat looks like fucking Mel Gibson, right? Looks like fucking Mel Gibson. It's kind of crazy. After laughing about that for just a good little bit, we run into one of the craziest encounters.
Oh my fucking god. No fucking way, I just found a fucking Raikou.
I really could have had a Raikou. If they just would have like let that happen not that long ago, I could have had a Raikou. But after realizing that revelation, we finally lost our first team member.
No!
He fled.
No, I just lost fucking Bud Light!
Yeah, I like to take a moment of silence for him. Yeah. Bud Light really was the hero that we all didn't know we needed. He was having fun drinking and being the biggest alcoholic you can be. He was a little stupid, but somehow ended up being the smartest one to hatch that plan against Whitney. So I needed to pick the perfect team member to replace him, which no one, not a single Pokemon, can replace Bud Light. Bud Light, how I miss him still. I still can't believe I'm heard about it. But we picked Roberta. Roberta was a very, very good choice, I think. Roberta was a very solid Pokemon. Especially for it being a rock Pokemon. I kind of fucked that up not that long ago in the Union Cave, so Roberta was a pretty solid option. But around the end, I figured I had to avenge Bud Light here, and I had to take on Morty. I had to take it out on him. Even though he did absolutely nothing wrong, I just had to beat the shit out of him. And to be honest, he wasn't shit. I beat the shit out of him. Like, I bullied him, to be honest. Other than him getting those weird curses on me, I'm pretty sure he had the curses. That was the thing with, like, the million curses where I had to switch every time. He wasn't shit. But all I know is, this was for Bud Light, and Bud Light really deserved to be the... He really will be missed on this team. And on to my next adventures, I didn't think I could do it without him. And turns out they were kinda right. Morty was not a problem. My main goal, get to Cyanwood City. On the way there, we found a trainer. He reminded me of one of the greatest team members that has ever existed.
Oh no, not a slowpoke. I don't want to be reminded of the pain.
And then afterwards, we met us some good Pokemon.
No way, this is the first one I found. Yo, okay. Alright. That's fucking huge.
Those were all pretty solid Pokemon I got. I'm actually really happy about all of them. I forgot the last time I played it, I didn't grab Strength, so I remembered to grab Strength from the Sailor. But then we lost another team member.
You got a Krabby going down. Oh no! Oh no!
And I had to find someone to replace Big Dick B. And so I decided to choose Mahoney. I felt like Mahoney was going to be a good pick. I already had enough poison Pokemon as it was, so I figured Mahoney was alright. He wasn't going to be a main attacker anyway. But he evolved, and he trained a little too hard.
No!
So he's gone. And then I decided to replace Mahoney with Vape Nashir. And then the same thing fucking happens. So yeah, that my my way to Cyanwood City wasn't that great. So what are you gonna do? Alright, so the pain that was going to Cyanwood City, my next objective was 1, not kill all my Pokemon, but 2, try and rebuild. At the time, I genuinely didn't know who I wanted to put in my team, so I just kind of went around with like 5 of the main Pokemon that I've been using, until I picked a good team member, which I think I did later on, so I'm still not sure. While I was rebuilding, I decided to just farm some areas for some Pokemon.
And ooh. You know, your Wahongaro. Gyarados is a tank. But do I want to go for Gyarados? I mean, it's a shiny Pokemon. It's Gyarados. He's red. He's not quite yellow, so he's not a deadly fellow, but he is a deadly Pokemon. I could go for it. Ah, oh, son of a bitch. Well, never mind. I'm catching a fucking Pidgeotto. Well, never mind. I killed it.
Yeah, I'm not quite that smart. I don't know why I don't know why I thought Jazzy would just chill and maybe let that Pidgeotto have like just a little bit of HP left, but I fucking murked him. I demolished him in ways that he's probably never been demolished in his life. I'm not proud of it, but even then I did catch another Pokemon after that.
So maybe it'll be a Zubat, maybe it'll be something else. Well,
after going back, I decided to clear the route to Lake of Rage. And then that's when I realized Lake of Rage is its own area.
Oh wait, the Lake of Rage, it's its own area.
So I said fuck it and fought Chuck instead, and this was literally the easiest fight of my life. Chuck was a bitch. I did that fight with the fast forward under like, it was like either like, I think 30 seconds or less, I don't know. I'm quicker than getting, I don't know, it was just pretty great. Immediately after, I did the same thing to Jasmine. I was worried about her a lot because she has the Steelix, but she wasn't a problem either. I was very, very eccentric in my planning. I didn't know what to do. So I went back to Cianwood City. I didn't get a Pokemon there. I didn't do any fishing. I didn't get any other Pokemon, like, floating around doing my own thing. And then this dude gave me a Shuckle. What Pokemon did you give me? I didn't do anything for Cianwood. And I don't know if it's against rules to get Pokemon that from the city that are from like another trainer, but I'm doing it, okay? I have a Shucky. So then I decided, you know what? I'm really gonna go try and catch this red Gyarados. Because so far my luck has not been great. So I think I'm gonna chance it with a nice, beautiful, lovely Repel. I don't have a Repel. Alright, going in. 1, 2. No! 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 Fuck! I thinking about it, man. I could have flown to the fucking... I could have got some repels, alright? I could have got some goddamn repels, and I would have been completely fine. But instead, I got the fucking timw fish. But this is where I brought in the Pokemon. I ended up bringing in my girl, it's supposed to be Butterworth, but Butterwort fits, so yeah. I brought in Butterwort, trained her up, and then the part of the game that always makes me want to turn it off came along. And that is running into the Team Rocket in Mahogany City. I do remember not remembering where to go, because I had to get the passwords. And I got the password, and then I just couldn't figure out where to use it. I couldn't get back to that one spot. Pretty much what kept happening is I kept getting out of the building, or like into like the main area of the building, and then that was it. I finally figured it out, knocked out a fuck ton of electrodes, realizing I could have caught one of them, which still pisses me off. I don't know why I didn't think about that. But my confusion continued, because I'm not that bright, and I haven't played this game in a while. So what ended up happening was I decided, hey, I'm gonna go take on my man Price. And I got lost slipping around in the ice until I eventually felt stupid and realized, oh, it was this. I was on the right track. I just couldn't figure it out. But Price wasn't that much of a problem either. Thankfully. Like I said, the part I was talking about where, you know, this is the part of the game where I just want to turn it off and not play it for a while. Well, that's kind of what I did. I was already playing the game for like 8 hours. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna do Team Rocket tomorrow or the day after. And I did. Okay, so this is the part of the game where I wanted to finish and just get it out of the way, and I won't have to do it again. I was just excited about getting it out of the way, fighting Claire, heading to the Elite Four. Challenge is almost done. I was getting kind of nervous a little bit. So in the radio tower, I decided to go through it. I fought the Team Rocket executive, which leaves Roberta poisoned, and I was kind of freaking out until I checked the health, and I still had a fuck ton of health, so I was cool there. So then immediately after, I went to the undergrounds, because now I got the basement key, and the director's apparently under there, right? So as soon as I walked in, I always forget about the rival fight, so there he was. He wasn't an issue at all. At the end, he learned about love and trust, all the shit that makes you a good trainer, you know, that sappy shit. But I found the director, I got a card key, which then I had to go all the way back to the radio tower, which led me to fighting a bunch of other people, a bunch of executives, and then I fought the big executive. And during that, I lost another team member. Houndoom is so fucked. You're screwed, buddy. I'm screwed, buddy. What the fuck was that? And I needed someone to replace Roberta. No one was good enough to replace Roberta. I mean, I didn't think Roberta was gonna be good throughout the part of the game anyway, so... Roberta the Sudowoodo, you were an amazing member of the team. Even though our time was short-lived, and I didn't think I was gonna be able to use you for half of it, I will miss you.
You were an amazing Pokemon, an amazing soul, and I wish you rest in peace.
I figured, why the hell not? I'm just gonna go ahead and pick Pomelo, which is then where I ran into my first encounter in the route after Mahogany.
Okay, here we go. I really wish I would have taught that Crobat fucking mean look right about now.
You know, I was so against going against save states and all that stuff. I really could have caught the Raikou, but that bitch was taunting me this entire game. The 2 times I seen it, it taunted me. But I did catch another Pokemon in the Ice Cave, which kind of sucks. It's another fucking Zubat, but whatever. But just like Price, even in the Ice Cave, I got lost slipping around trying to figure out how to get out of it. But that being said, that wasn't as bad as trying to figure out prices for some reason. So I ended up making it to Blackthorn City, immediately ran and caught another Pokemon.
Let's go here. Holy shit. That's actually pretty solid.
I wish I would have used Gilligan. I feel like Gilligan would have been a good Pokemon to have against the Elite Four, but I didn't do it. You get Gilligan way too late, which sucks. That being said, I left. I went to Claire. Her fight was actually surprisingly pretty easy. For it being dragon types, I was really worried about her, but she wasn't that bad either. None of the gym leaders weren't that bad. The only one I was, I think, worried about the most was Whitney, of course. But Claire was being a little bitch about it. She's just like, nope, there's no way. There's no fucking way. So she sent me to the Dragon's Den, which I caught another Pokemon.
Fuck.
And then immediately after, I had to talk to like all the masters, answer some questions. And then I ran to Claire and she gave me a badge. And that was it. So far, where I'm at in the run, everything seemed to be working out pretty smooth. Mostly smooth. But after defeating all the gyms, I was feeling pretty confident to take on the Elite Four, get ready to just continue on, and hope to God I complete this challenge without losing anybody else. So I went back to the hometown. I think I got a Master Ball from Elm. I kind of don't remember that much. But we went to the Roots, went through the Victory Road, destroyed that like it was nobody's business. I didn't realize how short I completely forgot how short the Victory Road was. But during all that, I decided to train everyone to level 50, and I added Musty Eel to the group. And I continued on to the first challenge, or the first Elite Four member, which was Will. He went down pretty easily. I mean, was he the psychic guy? I don't think he had very hard Pokemon at all. I mean, I was pretty much sketched out the entire time, you know what I mean? Then next was Koga. He wasn't a challenge at all. I still think it was pretty cool that Koga ended up becoming like an Elite Four member after being a gym leader. This dude really went up the ranks, of course. And then we had Bruno, which he got destroyed. That was mainly, if I remember, it was Young Flaps and Mel Gibson who just really went to town on him and just destroyed Bruno. I mean, with all the flying types I kept getting, it just made sense to use them, right? The fourth one, we had Karen, which I completely forgot about her. She was like the dark lady. And I didn't have a problem with her at all. But then there was Lance. Lance was going smooth at first, until I lost one of my team members.
Keep it rolling. It knows Blizzard. Oh no! No! No!
Xanadu really, honestly, I had him hyped up the entire game. He was an original Pokemon that I've had since the beginning. He was, I believe, the first one I caught. Or she was the first one. Xanadu was the first one that I caught, and she was a fantastic Pokemon to have on the team. I'm honestly mostly heartbroken about her. She will absolutely be missed. But I'm really, really glad that it was a Dragonite that killed her and not like a fucking Magnemite or something like that. Could have been worse. But not only did we lose Xanadu, we also lost another OG member.
No! No! No!
Young Flaps honestly was pretty heartbreaking too. I don't think as heartbreaking as Xanadu was, but I was still very bummed out about losing Young Flaps because Young Flaps was really like one of my tanks. But after being heartbroken, I won. I won the challenge. My how I feel about it, it was for my first Nuzlocke, it wasn't a bad Nuzlocke, I don't think. I had a lot of ups and downs. It was a very emotional roller coaster. I was pissed off through some of it. I mean, oh my god, the Raditza thing was bullshit. Had Xanadu's chapter 1 through 4. They didn't make enough movies for that. But at least I got to keep one of them until the end. The very first one until the end, and I'm super happy about that. I think it went smooth. I think I can definitely do another one and actually do some stricter rules on it. For my first one, I really wanted to just go easy on myself. Pick an easy game, have a good time, not be too stressed out about it. I think I did a pretty good job. So if anyone stayed to the end, I appreciate you for watching this. It was a wild roller coaster. It was some bullshit. It was an interesting playthrough. And I'm probably gonna do another Nuzlocke here in the near future. Not sure what game, but all I know is I had a really good time with it. And yeah, thank you for watching.